The peaceful beggar. In a bustling city, nestled between busy streets and towering buildings, lived a beggar named Tariq. He had no home, no family, and very little to call his own. Each day, he sat on the corner of a quiet street, holding a small wooden bowl, his weathered hands gently cradling it as he looked up at the people passing by. His clothes were ragged, his face marked by years of hardship, but despite his apparent poverty, Tariq was always calm and serene. There was a peacefulness about him that made him stand out in a world that rushed past, full of people lost in their own struggles and desires. Many who passed Tariq would toss coins into his bowl, some with pity, others with indifference. But no matter how little or much they gave, Tariq would always thank them with a smile, his eyes full of gratitude. It was said that he never complained, never asked for more, and never seemed unhappy with his lot in life. One day, a young merchant named Rahim stopped in front of Tariq. He was well dressed, his clothes fine and his face eager with ambition. He had just made a successful deal that would bring him great wealth, and he was filled with excitement as he made his way through the city. However, as he walked past Tariq, he couldn't help but notice the beggar's peaceful demeanor. Despite having nothing, Tariq seemed more content than anyone Rahim had ever met. Intrigued, Rahim stopped and sat next to the beggar. "Excuse me, my friend," Rahim said, his voice laced with curiosity. "You seem so at peace, so content, even though you have nothing." "I have wealth, I have possessions, and yet I feel restless. I'm always striving for more, seeking the next deal, the next success. But I wonder, how can you be so peaceful with so little?" Tariq looked at the young man, his eyes soft and full of kindness. "Ah, young one," he said gently, "I have nothing in the way of wealth or material things, but I have everything I need. My heart is full of gratitude, and that is the greatest treasure one can possess." Rahim frowned, not understanding. "But don't you want more? Don't you want a home, fine clothes, food to eat without worry? Don't you want the things that everyone else seems to strive for?" Tariq smiled, his face radiating a quiet wisdom. "I do not need those things to be happy, my friend. I have learned that true peace comes not from what we have, but from how we choose to see the world. I am thankful for the warmth of the sun, for the air that fills my lungs, for the kindness of strangers. These things, simple as they are enough to fill my heart." Rahim was taken aback. "But surely, you must wish for more. You could have so much if you worked hard, if you made better choices, if you strived for success as I do." Tariq shook his head. "I do not need more, because I already have enough. It is not about having more than others, it is about appreciating what we have. Every breath I take is a gift, every step I walk is a blessing. And when I open my eyes to the world around me, I see that I am rich beyond measure." Rahim felt a stirring in his chest, a feeling he couldn't quite explain. He had always believed that happiness was something to be earned through success and accumulation, but here was this beggar, who had nothing, and yet seemed to possess something far more valuable: contentment. For the next few days, Rahim found himself returning to the street corner where Tariq sat, watching him from afar. He saw how the beggar interacted with the world. When someone tossed a coin into his bowl, Tariq would thank him with a smile. When a child approached and offered him a small flower, Tariq would hold it as if it were the most precious thing in the world. And whenever someone asked how he was doing, Tariq would always respond, "I am well, and I am grateful." One afternoon, Rahim could bear his curiosity no longer. He approached Tariq once again, this time with a gift in hand, 2 loaves of bread and a small jar of honey. He placed them before the beggar. "I have brought you food, Tariq," he said. "I wanted to show you my gratitude for the peace you've shared with me. Perhaps you can teach me how to find the contentment you have." Tariq looked at the loaves of bread and the jar of honey, and then smiled up at Rahim. "I thank you for your kindness, young man. But I already have everything I need. This gift, though generous, is not what I seek. The peace I have comes from within, from my ability to appreciate the simplest of things." Rahim was silent for a moment, contemplating the beggar's words. He sat down beside him, the two of them sharing the quiet afternoon together. "You know," Tariq continued, "the world is filled with distractions. People are constantly looking for something more wealth, more power, more success. But the truth is, the more we seek outside of ourselves, the further we move away from the peace that already exists within us. The happiness you're looking for is not something you need to chase. It's something you need to recognize in the present moment." Rahim thought about this deeply. He realized that, despite all his wealth, he had been searching for happiness in the wrong places. He had never stopped to appreciate the simple joys that life offered: the sound of the wind in the trees, the beauty of a sunset, the laughter of a child. He had been so focused on achieving more, that he had forgotten to be thankful for what he already had. As the sun began to set, casting a golden glow over the city, Rahim stood up and looked at Tariq. "Thank you, my friend. You've opened my eyes. I've spent so much of my life chasing after things, never appreciating what I already have. I've been blind to the peace that's always been around me." Tariq nodded, his eyes filled with warmth. "It is never too late to learn, my friend. The greatest wealth we can have is not in what we possess, but in how much we can appreciate what we already have." From that day forward, Rahim made a conscious effort to live with more gratitude. He stopped constantly striving for more, and instead focused on the present moment, appreciating the small things that brought him joy. He continued to visit Tariq, who remained the same peaceful beggar, content and full of gratitude. And though Rahim's life remained filled with work and responsibility, he found a deeper peace within himself. He learned that true happiness came not from wealth or material possessions, but from the ability to be thankful for what he already had, and to recognize the beauty of life in every moment, no matter how small. And Tariq, the peaceful beggar with nothing, became a silent teacher to many others, showing them that the path to true contentment begins with gratitude. Thanks for watching. If you found this video insightful, don't forget to give it a like, share it with others who might benefit, and subscribe to the channel for more valuable content like this. Hit the bell icon so you never miss an update. See you in the next video.